Hello there, Joe Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. On YouTube, it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. I am a starseed, a light worker, a rainbow warrior, an empath. A human being is just sick and tired of the negativity of this planet, the low frequency of the third dimension. And I came here as a starseed to change the frequency. Because if I can change my frequency of who I was, anybody can. Because I was a very low vibe person for 57 years of my life. Because that's what was taught to me. That's what I learned. It was easier for me to live in fear as a scared little boy who hid behind a tough guy. So I'm just looking for people who are just tired of the narrative of the Matrix. Because change is coming. We're going to the fifth dimension. We're going to abundance, happy world, freedom, joy, no disease, where all you do is do things that are beneficial to humanity and things that make you happy, especially when it comes to work. Because too many of us do things that we hate. Get up in the morning and dread that 8 hours. All you do is stare at that handcuff called a watch or your phone. When do I get out of here? You never look at the clock when you're on vacation or out in nature enjoying yourself, and time flies by. And if you notice that time's gone by really fast since the pandemic, it's called the quickening. It's accelerated time to get us to the fifth dimension, to let you know that time is fluid, that time shouldn't be so stationary like it's been in the third dimension. And when we get to the fifth dimension, it'll be more fluid. You won't be wearing a watch. You won't be looking at the clock because you'll be enjoying yourself. We'll be living like our true essence, our original blueprint. Happy, joyous, and free. Love for everybody. Kindness. Everything is available. Nothing is held back. Nobody is any different. We're all God's children. But it's coming. We need to raise our frequency. One person at a time. And it's happening because I notice people are becoming more and more receptive to the things that I say about what's going on in the Matrix. Give them another point of view. Give you something else to think about. Do your own research. You don't have to believe anything I say, because once you start digging and you go down the rabbit hole, it'll never be the same. I find that life in the Matrix I can't even relate to anymore. I can't even listen to people talking about their lives, about accumulation of things that don't really matter. It's all about love, family. Everything comes from within. We spend too much time trying to find things from external pleasures. Happiness comes from inside. How do I know? Because I spent my whole life trying to make myself with external things. Waiting for this, waiting for that. It's not how it works. Now I am truly at ease at who I am. I'm not where I want to be because I'm not in the fifth dimension, but I know what's coming. So I'm going to keep spreading love and light, keep spreading that message that we are going to the fifth dimension. Happy, joyous, and free. It's always about the kids for me. No more $38 trillion in debt. No more money, no more poverty. Food for everybody, water that's healthy, medical care that fixes, doesn't prolong all the symptoms, because the American Medical Association doesn't fix anything. Big Pharma in 176 years hasn't cured one disease. 176 years hasn't cured one disease. How many people have they killed? And by the way, my last video on YouTube, I got a 2-week ban because I was talking about cancer and parasites and alternative healing practices to what they give you in the Matrix, specifically chemotherapy, a nuclear bomb. 100 years, cancer, all those donations, no breakthroughs, no nothing, just more cancers. People don't think we live in a matrix, a setup. We do. The TV set, nothing but lies. Venezuela, nothing but lies. Has nothing to do with gold or oil. Plenty of oil on the planet. Never runs out. Trump got all the gold back from the Vatican. It's all back in the where it's supposed to be. Got the gold back into Fort Knox because they hadn't done an audit there since 1972. Venezuela had to do with natural resources that are needed for the technology that is going to be available in the fifth dimension. The med beds, all the different types of technology that's been hidden from us for hundreds of years, or maybe not hundreds of years, but for at least 100 years. All our technology is all outdated. We get the old stuff. The 1%ers get all the new stuff. It's all a facade. The Matrix is a big movie of our making. But it's coming to an end because we are raising our frequency as a collective. But the TV set is making Trump out to be the bad guy because he went in there and got Maduro out. But Joe Biden had put a $25 million bounty on Maduro in 2021, I believe. So what is the difference? Donald Trump, he actually went in and did the job. Actually, Donald Trump does things that he says he's going to do. And I know everybody's still upset about the Epstein list and the Ukraine war and Bibi Netanyahu and the Zionists, but it's all part of the end game. Everything is playing out exactly the way it's supposed to. But the fake news is going to keep giving you the narrative that the orange man is bad. It keeps stating over and over again, the man was a billionaire, beautiful wife, golf courses, takes the job as president. Why? Because he was asked to take that job to save our asses from the 16-year plan that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were working on together with the deep state. 16-year plan, that they were working on, and he screwed it all up. And they tried their best to get him not to be the president in 2020, but that's all coming out too, because that's a lot to what has to do with Venezuela as well, because they have ties to the Dominion voting machines that are used in the United States. And also, the Georgia thing about the votes that Trump was crying about after the 2020 election, well, that's come to fruition as well. They found 300,000 illegal votes in Georgia that didn't exist, they said. You need to understand something. There was 15 million extra paper ballots for Joe Biden in the 2020 election. But Trump watermarked all the legal ballots. He's not dumb. He set them up. He had to let Joe Biden take over the presidency, even though he was an illegal president. That's why things are happening the way they are, especially with the Epstein list and disclosure. Because when people truly find out what's really happened and what's really been happening behind the scenes with the military tribunals in Gitmo and a few other places. The Matrix is coming to an end, people. I'm telling you, they're fighting to their last breath, but they're not going to give up. They're going to keep on keeping on, putting out all that fear. War, ain't no wars happening. Somebody told me this morning that the Russians had their nuclear ships out in the ocean next to Venezuela. But you know what? All the nuclear weapons on this planet have been rendered useless per God. Because the deep state would have used them already. You don't think some mad bastard in the Middle East would have made a dirty bomb by now? If they could, they can't, because God won't let it happen. They let it happen during Japan in World War II, and the repercussions throughout the universe were devastating. Just not on Earth. When you explode a nuclear weapon, it reverbs through the entire galaxy, the atmosphere, the universe. So there's adverse reactions everywhere. So it's not happening. God is changing the planet from a low frequency third density to the fifth density, a high frequency planet where we love each other, we care about each other, we take care of each other, and you can't lie to anybody in the fifth dimension because it's a place of authenticity. No more this BS that we have to be better than everybody, that keeping up with the Joneses is so important. Having material things is what it's all about, because you can't take none of that stuff with you. It's all about the relationships that you build, being your authentic self. Stop searching outside yourself for things that are inside you, have always been inside of you. I spent my whole life doing that, but I truly know what really matters. Family, friends, God, Mother Gaia, all our ancestors, our spirit guides, and all the Holy Spirit family that's up there watching us ascend to the fifth dimension. I know it sounds crazy, but if you look at the Matrix and how crazy the Matrix is, we can't keep going on the way it's going on. But it's just being brought out so everybody will wake up to see this is crazy. We can't keep doing this. We need to fix this. And guess what? We're fixing it. And we're fixing it for me and you. And I always say that, especially the children, our most prized possession. Let the kids be kids again. Let me be a kid again. And that's what's coming. That inner child waiting to come out and play. And it's coming. The fifth dimension is about enjoying yourself, being happy and free. Enough of me today. Everybody have a blessed day. Odine, as Ra would say. Odine. They're the ones who built the pyramids. And the truth about the pyramids are starting to roll out. Healing modalities. God built structures for the benefit of human being and mankind. God bless.